EF0, the breeze with an attitude. EF0 tornadoes pack winds under 85 miles per hour. On paper, that doesn't sound scary. Well, it's just a breeze, you might say. Yeah, a breeze that takes your trash cans on a road trip 3 counties away, sprinkles your lawn furniture across multiple zip codes, and leaves you explaining to your insurance agent why your barbecue grill is now sitting in someone else's swimming pool. In 2009, Colorado had an EF0 that literally yeeted trampolines into the atmosphere. Parents walked outside and saw their backyard entertainment system vanish like it had been recruited by SpaceX. Somewhere, Elon Musk was probably taking notes. Reusable trampoline launch vehicle. Interesting. The thing about EF0s is they're sneaky. They don't level houses or leave towns in ruins, but they specialize in embarrassment. You'll be the person running down your street in slippers at 7 a.m., desperately trying to catch a patio umbrella that's decided to start a new career as a runaway kite. And while they don't get the respect of their EF4 and EF5 cousins, don't underestimate them. Even an EF0 can rip off roof shingles, uproot small trees, and smash windows. Imagine clocking into work late and telling your boss, "Sorry, my car has hail dents, and my neighbor's lawn gnome is lodged in my windshield." Long story. Think of EF0s as Mother Nature's version of a prank show. She's not trying to destroy your life yet, just humiliate you enough that your neighbors will still be laughing about it 3 months later. It's like extreme yard sale, except nature decides what goes on clearance. EF1, the first real threat. Step up to EF1, winds blasting up to 110 miles per hour. At this point, we've officially moved past, haha, look at the trampoline fly, into, oh no, that's my roof. This is where tornadoes stop being nature's pranksters and start auditioning for demolition crews. Roofs start peeling like bad sunburns, sheds turn into confetti, and cars don't just get dented anymore, they get relocated. Imagine waking up to find your Honda Civic 2 blocks over, parked in someone else's driveway. Free delivery, courtesy of Mother Nature. Take the EF1 that hit Alabama in 2021. People describe the sound as a freight train ripping straight through their neighborhood. And no, not the magical Hogwarts Express, more like the kind of train that robs you blind, trashes your house, and leaves you wondering how a storm managed to redecorate your living room in open concept. Trees topple like dominoes, power lines go down, and entire neighborhoods end up looking like they've been through an extreme reality show challenge called Survive Without Electricity for 2 weeks. Spoiler, nobody wins. And the wild part, meteorologists still consider this moderate. Moderate, as if moderate is when your shingles, car, and mailbox all migrate south for the winter. If this is moderate, I'd hate to see what seriously bad looks like. Think of EF1s as Mother Nature's giving you a very aggressive warning shot. She's saying, pay attention, I can do way worse, but for now, enjoy your new skylight and missing garage door. EF2, the homewrecker. Now we're in EF2 territory. Winds roar up to 135 miles per hour, strong enough to turn your perfectly normal house into an accidental convertible. Roofs don't just peel, they vanish. 1 second you're watching TV, the next second your living room is suddenly open-air seating. Congratulations, you own the worst sunroof. Trees? Forget it. They're no longer trees, they're splinters. Entire forests look like someone went after them with a giant lawnmower set to obliterate. Cars don't just get banged up, they get turned into projectiles, tossed around, flipped, and sometimes dropped in ways that make you wonder if tornadoes are secretly trying to play Jenga with SUVs. Take 2013 in Ohio. An EF2 tornado there peeled houses open like sardine cans, leaving people staring at what used to be their walls like, well, I always wanted an open floor plan. Cars were piled up like Lego blocks stacked by the angriest toddler alive. The storm didn't just damage things, it rearranged the entire neighborhood like it was redecorating. EFQs are nature's way of saying, you think storm shelters are optional? Cute. Try me again. These aren't just destructive, they're educational. Suddenly all those weather drill announcements you ignored in school start sounding like Nobel Prize level wisdom. And the worst part, EF2s are still considered mid-tier. as if losing your roof, your car, and half your neighborhood is some kind of warm-up act. It's like nature is saying, oh, you thought that was bad? That was just my demo tape. Think of EF2 as the Homewrecker Edition tornado. It doesn't just knock things around, it gives your entire block a personality crisis. EF3, the Neighborhood Eraser. EF3s crank the winds up to 165 miles per hour. At this point, the tornado isn't just damaging houses, it's erasing entire neighborhoods like it's hitting backspace on reality. Whole subdivisions, gone. The place where you grew up, the diner where you got your first job, even that ugly billboard you hated driving past, all wiped clean. Cars at EF3 don't just get tossed around like in EF2. Now they're basically guided missiles, except with worse aim. You'll find a pickup truck sitting perfectly in someone's kitchen, like it was carefully delivered by Amazon Prime. Your order has arrived, no signature required. The infamous 2011 Joplin, Missouri tornado, yeah, that monster hit EF3 intensity at times. It ripped through the city, flattening more than 4,000 buildings. Imagine leaving for groceries and coming back to find your neighborhood has been downgraded to wide open field. Joplin went from suburbia to Savannah in about 20 minutes. And it's not just Joplin. In 2019, an EF3 in Dayton, Ohio, chewed through entire blocks, leaving homes splintered, cars flipped, and power lines tangled like spaghetti. Survivors described the sound as a freight train driving through the living room, which, let's be honest, is not a 5-star Airbnb experience. Meteorologists don't even bother using the word damage when EF3s roll in. They go straight for terms like obliteration or complete structural failure, which sounds less like weather forecasting and more like a WWE finishing move. And in this corner, weighing 200,000 tons of swirling death, the Obliterator. EF4. The Map Rewriter. EF4s are where tornadoes stop being storms and start being cosmic bullies. Winds here can reach 200 miles per hour, and at that point the destruction isn't just damage anymore, it's pure deletion. Houses, deleted. Schools, deleted. Steel beams, the stuff engineers love to brag about as unbendable. Yeah, EF4s crumble them like bendy straws at a kid's birthday party. Even the ground doesn't walk away unscathed. Roads get ripped up, dirt gets gouged, and the earth looks like someone tried to use it as a cutting board. The famous 2013 Moore, Oklahoma tornado, winds clocked at 210 miles per hour. A whole suburb flattened so completely that aerial footage looked like someone had taken an eraser to the map. Google Maps literally had to update, slight problem, there's supposed to be a neighborhood here. Please stand by while we redraw reality. And that wasn't the only time. The 1974 super outbreak had multiple EF4s that ripped through the Midwest, leaving entire towns with nothing but foundations and memories. Survivors described the sound as a jet engine mixed with the end of the world, which is definitely not the kind of white noise you use to fall asleep. Infrastructure doesn't stand a chance here. Brick homes are pulverized into dust. Cars are hurled like frisbees. Tractor trailers, literal 18-wheelers, are tossed around like Hot Wheels. Imagine standing there and seeing a semi-truck flying past you, thinking, yeah, that's not in the driver's manual. Even emergency services struggle here. Firefighters, police, paramedics, they roll up to a disaster zone and see nothing familiar. Street signs, landmarks, gone. The Postal Service doesn't even attempt mail delivery after an EF4. They just shrug at the wreckage and say, we don't deliver to alternate dimensions. Think of EF4 as nature's rewrite button. It doesn't just mess up a place, it redraws it from scratch. If EF3 is the neighborhood eraser, EF4 is the citywide reset. EF5, the civilization canceller. Here it is, the end game, EF5. Winds topping 200 miles per hour and sometimes blasting over 300. At this point, you're not dealing with a tornado, you're dealing with a natural disaster so brutal that even meteorologists start running out of vocabulary. Devastating damage doesn't cut it anymore. EF5s don't just damage, they erase. These monsters are so powerful that the funnel isn't always obvious. Sometimes all you see is a mile-wide wall of rotating doom swallowing the horizon. Survivors describe it like standing in front of a black curtain that stretches from the sky to the ground, except this curtain eats neighborhoods for breakfast. It's not swirling debris anymore, it's the sky itself deciding it's had enough of your subdivision. The 1999 Bridge Creek Moore tornado still holds the record. Winds clocked at 318 miles per hour. That's faster than a Formula One car. Imagine that speed, except instead of zipping around a track, it's using your house, your car, and your neighbor's barn as confetti. Entire homes weren't just destroyed, they were vaporized. Foundations were scrubbed clean. Pavement was literally ripped off roads.
If you ever wondered what it takes to peel asphalt like duct tape, congratulations. EF5 has the answer. Or take the 2011 Joplin, Missouri tornado, another EF5 that killed 158 people and shredded an entire city. We're talking hospitals gutted, schools reduced to rubble, steel beams twisted like pretzels, whole shopping centers gone. Imagine pulling into Walmart one day and by the time you park, the store doesn't even exist anymore. EF5s are so powerful they can hurl objects that have no business flying. Houses become debris clouds. Semi-trucks fly like soda cans. Trees aren't just uprooted, they're debarked. That's right, the tornado strips trees bare, leaving behind sad skeletal sticks in the ground. It's like nature decided, this forest looks too cozy. Let's give it a haunted house vibe. Now here's the real question for you. Would you rather survive the breeze with an attitude or go out in cinematic fashion against the civilization canceller? Drop your answer in the comments. And hey, consider subscribing. Not because it'll save you from a tornado, but because at least then, when nature decides to hit Control-Alt-Delete on Earth, you'll go out knowing cool facts.